Hello and welcome to the Blue Wolf channel. Our focus here is to make your life better. Anything we have experience with, we're going to share to hopefully make your life a little bit easier. It could be money, it could be food, it could be just about anything that we find important. Thank you for listening and enjoy your video. Alright, today we're going to open and prep a bunch of riblets that I got from Fairway. They come frozen in about 3-pound packages. This one's a little, just a hair over 3, and so is this one. They had them on sale the other day for 99 cents a pound. They're normally about $2 a pound. I bought them, thawed them out, and I'm about to open them up and clean them up and get them seasoned, ready to go on the smoker for tomorrow. I'll show you that in a few seconds. Alright, I guess we should have an explanation of what exactly riblets are. What they are is when you get a slab of spare ribs and you cut them down to the St. Louis size, or the St. Louis ribs, they cut off all the feather bones at the bottom of the ribs, and they look like this. Problem with them, well, it's not a problem, it's just a fact, is that they have a lot of little stray fat pieces and stuff like that on them, so they need to be cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and do that with these 6 pounds of them. If you do this, don't throw this fat stuff away. It's very useful for something else a little on down the line. Show you what we get in just a few minutes here. Nice sharp knife is definitely needed for this. Most dangerous thing in the kitchen is a dull knife. A lot of these are pretty easy to get off, and it's just finding the right angle and cutting them without losing too much of the meat. It's just slightly off camera here. I got a container that I'm putting them in. You'll see it in a few minutes because that's what I'm going to use to season them in. And as I said before, I'm saving the fat, because what we're going to end up doing with that is putting them in a little container and smoking that too. They'll render down quite a bit, and we'll be able to use that. A lot of people use a lot of butter when they do ribs. I have nothing against that, but I've got natural pig fat right here, and it's one of the tastiest things there is. When, you know, we use bacon grease for a lot of things, but that's just naturally salty on its own. This doesn't have any seasoning to it yet, so it'll just be virgin. Well, it won't be virgin when we're using it, but when we put it in the smoker, it's just virgin pig fat. Missed a little corner. Anyway, that won't stop me from using some butter, but why not smoke it and add to the lovely flavor of this thing? Like Emerald used to say all the time, kick it up a notch. Nothing like pork fat. And that one's got a big bone in it. It's got meat all around it, so we'll leave it alone. You'll notice I'm doing most of this with just one hand. That is just so I'm not washing my hands between pieces all the time. I have a hand free to do whatever else I need to do. That and they're small. I don't really need a lot of manipulation on them. Alright, so here we have 6 pounds of riblets cleaned and ready to go. Now all I got to do is season them. And we also have, this is all the fat that I trimmed off. This is going to get smoked too. We're going to use it to enhance the flavor of the riblets in the final stage where they kind of get a little bit of a braise. Anyway, I'll set that to the side, and next step is to move all of these into another container, because I'm going to use this container to actually season them in. I'll just do a layer, season it, do another layer, season it, and we'll be back with that in a few minutes. Alright, first layer, first bit of seasoning. This is a rub I made myself. I don't usually buy many of the commercial rubs because they're full of chemicals, but you can. I got nothing against you doing it. I just don't, because I got other issues I deal with. So anyway, put a whole bunch on and flip it over. Alright, and we're down to our last layer. Put the seasoning on them, and an hour or two is enough time for this to sit in the fridge with this stuff, but I usually let it sit longer. Like, for example, it's Sunday evening here. I'm not going to be smoking anything until Monday afternoon, so, or late morning at the earliest. So it doesn't hurt to have it on extra long. So we have our riblets ready to go in the fridge, and we have our pork fat that I need to package up. It's going to get smoked with them, and I'll see you when we're ready to actually get them on the smoker. Getting the smoker ready to do the riblets that I prepared you last night. I've got apple wood in the chip tray. I've got about an inch of apple juice in the water tray, and I've got the racks themselves have been covered with avocado oil so they don't stick so much, because it's a very sticky mix. This is what the inside of the smoker looks like. That's the apple juice. Down under here you can see the wood tray that's got the chips in it, although there's poor lighting so you can't see the actual chips. They're there. And go ahead and close her up and start getting the heat on this thing. The smoker is up to temperature. I've got the riblets on the racks and they're about to go into the smoker. I'll show you what that looks like in a few minutes. Okay, the riblets are in the smoker, so is that little tray of the fat that I set aside. And we're going to close her up, add some more wood chips, check on it about every half hour or so, see if it needs more wood chips. Other than that, just ignore it for about the next 2 hours. See you then. The riblets have been in not quite 2 hours yet, just about. Just wanted to check in with this just a little bit here. What's going to happen is you can't tell by how bright and sunshiny it is out here, but there's actually sustained 20 to 30 mile an hour winds out here. So normally I would just pull the riblets and get them in a pan and then add the seasonings and liquids to it and put them right back in. But with this kind of wind out here, and it's only like 60 degrees, that's going to suck the heat out of them in a hurry. So what I'm going to do is pull them all and get them into a great big mixing bowl, take them inside where there's no wind, then get them into the pans, and then bring them back out here. So that's where I'm at for now, about to do the bowl. All right, that's the fat I was talking about. You can see how it rendered pretty well. It's not a lot of it, but it's very, very flavorful. That, and I'll smash it down a little bit to squeeze some more out. Okay, I just checked the temperature on one of the riblets. It's about 130 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and spread them out in these 2 pans, which have been greased. Hit them with some brown sugar. First layer. Not a whole lot, just a light sprinkle on them. Then we'll add some honey. We got end of this jar and start another jar. Just a squeeze along each riblet. First layer done, same process, this layer. And now we'll put in a little bit of this fat. Now I'm also going to do butter, but this smoked pork fat right here tastes freaking awesome. Now some butter, spread it around liberally, and that's what it looks like. About to wrap it up, and they'll go back out into the smoker. Finish braising. All right, the riblets all panned up, sealed up pretty well. Time for them to go back in here. Riblets are in. And about an hour and a half, we'll check on them. Probably 2 hours to be done. It took longer than I thought it would, but after letting them braise for almost 3 hours, they finally came up to temperature, and here's what they look like. See the bones pulling back or the meat pulled back against the bones a little bit. Got them right up to about 200 degrees. Still a lot of good juice in there. I'm going to go ahead and put them in a big bowl and dump the juice over them, get them good and mixed up, let them rest for a little while, and then probably put on some of the barbecue. Okay, I mixed up the first pan, got the juice all over these things, and let's give one a taste. I don't know if you can see real well in the video or not, but very tender. They pull apart real easy. Just gotta be careful not to eat any cartilage in these things. These things are great just the way they are. They don't need barbecue sauce. I'll let my guests have it on the side if they want to apply it, but I don't need any sauce. These are great the way they are. Nice and tender. Just yummy. Anyway, that's rib tips on a Masterbuilt 30-inch electric smoker. See you next time.
Thank you for watching this video from the Blue Wolf channel. If you enjoyed your content and want to see more, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Thank you. Good day.